Have you ever woken up and felt like your body was moving just a little slower than it did yesterday? Maybe your joints feel a bit stiff, or your mind takes a moment to fully wake up. It's easy to think that's just part of getting older. But what if I told you there are people in their 90s, even past 100, who start their mornings with more energy, clarity, and purpose than folks half their age? And they're not doing anything extreme. They're just consistent with a few small habits that make a huge difference. You don't need a personal trainer, a green smoothie obsession, or a yoga retreat in Bali. What you need is something much simpler, and it starts with how you begin your day. The way you spend your first hour after waking up sets the tone for everything that follows. The good news is, it's never too late to make a small shift that leads to a big impact. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 simple but powerful morning rituals that many long-living seniors swear by. These habits aren't fads. They're time-tested, science-backed, and, most importantly, practical. You can start doing them as soon as tomorrow morning, no matter your fitness level or daily routine. Let's start with something so basic, yet often overlooked. The very first thing that centenarians often do before they even leave the bed is this. They pause. Not jump out of bed. Not grab the phone. Just pause. A moment of stillness. It might sound small, but that one pause can do more for your body and mind than you think. Instead of rushing into the day, they sit quietly, take a few deep breaths, and check in with how they're feeling. It's not about meditation or anything complicated. It's about giving your body a gentle signal that you're awake, that you're safe, and that there's no need to rush. This simple pause also helps prevent dizziness or falls, which are common when we stand up too quickly, especially as we age. It gives your blood pressure a chance to adjust and your mind a moment to settle. Some people use this time to say a quiet prayer, set an intention for the day, or just listen to the birds outside the window. It's a reminder. You've been given another day. What a gift. Starting the day with gratitude instead of stress can completely change your energy. Once they ease out of bed, many long-living seniors do something that might surprise you. They drink water, not coffee, not tea, just a glass of room temperature water. Think about it. Your body hasn't had any hydration for 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. Your brain is 75% water. Your joints, your organs, they're all thirsty when you wake up. Rehydrating first thing in the morning helps kickstart your metabolism, lubricates your joints, and helps flush out toxins that your body has been processing overnight. It doesn't have to be fancy, just a simple glass of clean water. Some people like to add a slice of lemon for flavor and a little vitamin C, but plain water works just fine. And if you've ever felt sluggish or foggy in the morning, dehydration might be a bigger part of the problem than you realize. Think of that first glass of water as your body's internal wake-up call. It gently nudges your systems awake without overstimulating them like caffeine does. And if you make it part of your routine, something you do without even thinking, it starts to become a signal to your whole body. Okay, we're up. We're ready. After that first glass of water, what happens next can be a real game changer. It's movement. And no, I'm not talking about heading to the gym or running a mile. I'm talking about gentle, intentional movement that warms up your joints and gets your circulation flowing. It could be as simple as a few stretches beside the bed, a short walk through the house, or a light round of Tai Chi in the backyard. Many seniors who live past 100 incorporate some kind of physical activity in the first hour of their day. They're not trying to burn calories or get ripped. They're just keeping their bodies flexible and their muscles engaged. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Think about how a cat stretches the moment it wakes up. It doesn't sprint across the room. It stretches its back, its legs, its whole body. That's instinct. That's wisdom built into nature. When you take 5 or 10 minutes to stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, rotate your ankles, or gently twist your spine, you're not just loosening up. You're also telling your nervous system, I'm ready to move today. And that small act of movement in the morning can ripple through the entire day. It can help you walk more confidently, reduce the risk of stiffness or injury, and even improve your balance and posture. One woman I spoke to, who's 97 and still gardens every morning, told me, if I don't stretch in the morning, I feel it all day. But if I move just a little bit after I wake up, everything feels lighter. You don't need a fitness routine. You just need a few minutes to say hello to your body gently and with kindness. These small habits, pausing with purpose, rehydrating, and moving gently, may seem simple, but that's the beauty of them. You don't have to change your life overnight. You just have to give your morning a little more intention, a little more care. Because how you greet the day often shapes how the day greets you back. Now that we've started exploring how the first few moments of the morning can influence your energy and well-being, let's keep going. There are still a couple more morning rituals that are just as powerful and just as easy to begin, and they might just surprise you. There's something powerful about choosing how to begin your day instead of letting the day choose for you. And for those who've made it into their 90s and beyond with their health, clarity, and joy still intact, that power often lies in the small, consistent things. We've already talked about pausing before rising, rehydrating the body, and waking up the muscles with gentle movement. But the morning isn't just about caring for the body. It's also a golden opportunity to take care of the mind and the spirit. Some seniors keep a small notebook by their bedside and write down 3 things they're grateful for each morning. Others jot down a sentence or two about what they're looking forward to that day, and some prefer reading a short passage from a favorite book, something that makes them smile or think deeply. This tiny ritual creates a sense of purpose. It's not about productivity, it's about presence. One 102-year-old man once said, "I like to read something every morning that makes me a little smarter or a little kinder." Imagine starting every day with that mindset. Over time, it adds up. A calm, engaged mind is more resilient, more curious, and more at peace with the world. And that can make all the difference as we grow older. And speaking of peace, this next morning habit might be the most underrated of them all. It's something many centenarians do without fail, and it's simple. They step outside, not to run errands or walk the dog, though that's wonderful too, but just to feel the morning air on their skin, to stand in the sunlight, however soft it may be, to breathe in the quiet of the early hours. It's easy to underestimate how healing the natural world can be, especially when life starts to feel repetitive or confined. But the benefits are real. Just 10 minutes of morning sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which means you'll sleep better at night and feel more alert during the day. It also helps your body produce vitamin D, which supports bone health, immune function, and mood. And it's not just about biology, it's also about feeling grounded. When you hear the birds, see the light flickering through the trees, or notice the breeze on your face, you're reminded that you're part of something bigger. Many long-living elders talk about this quiet moment outdoors as one of the most peaceful parts of their day. It's where they find clarity. It's where they remember what really matters. You don't need a garden or a perfect porch to enjoy this ritual. Even standing at your doorstep or opening a window can invite that sense of connection. And if you're able to walk a little, even better. A slow stroll down the driveway or to the mailbox can be enough. The goal isn't exercise, it's presence. When you think about it, these small acts, pausing, hydrating, stretching, stimulating your mind, and stepping into nature, they're all ways of saying yes to the day ahead. Not just surviving it, but actually living it. One thing many people don't realize is that people who live past 100 often aren't doing anything fancy. They're just deeply consistent. They don't wake up and ask, "What do I feel like doing today?" They follow their rituals even when they don't feel their best. And because they do, they often end up feeling better, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's not about having perfect health or endless energy. It's about building a rhythm that supports your body and mind, one morning at a time. That rhythm becomes a foundation you can rely on, even when life gets unpredictable. So if you're someone who wakes up feeling uncertain about the day ahead, or if you've ever said to yourself, "It's too late for me to change," I want you to know, it's not. These rituals don't require youth or money or a miracle. All they require is a little willingness to treat your morning as something sacred, something worth showing up for. And the beauty is, the more you practice these habits, the more they start to feel natural. Not like chores, but like gifts you give yourself. Imagine starting each morning with calm, clarity, movement, nourishment, and sunlight. What would that do for your mood, your energy, your sense of purpose? Each of these rituals has the power to shift your day in the right direction. And together, they build a life that feels fuller and more alive, even as the years go by. Let's keep going, because there's still one more morning habit that truly ties all of this together, something that can lift your spirit, strengthen your relationships, and give your day deeper meaning, even before breakfast is served. And that brings us to a habit that many long-living seniors embrace, though it's often overlooked. They spend a few minutes each morning doing something that feeds their mind. That could mean reading a few pages of a book, solving a crossword puzzle, journaling their thoughts, or even just sitting with a cup of tea and reflecting quietly on the day ahead. The key here isn't the activity itself, it's the intentional mental engagement. After all, your brain is like a muscle, and just like your joints get stiff when they don't move, your mind can lose its sharpness if it's not being gently exercised. That doesn't mean you need to study calculus or take up a new language, though you certainly could if that excites you. It simply means giving your mind something nourishing to chew on. There's something special that happens when your morning includes more than just you. And that leads us to one final ritual that long-living seniors often carry close to their hearts: connecting with someone, even in a small way, at the start of the day. It might be a quick phone call to a family member, a text message to a grandchild, or a cheerful chat with a neighbor while picking up the paper. Whatever form it takes, this simple gesture of reaching out can create a powerful emotional anchor for the day ahead. It's not about grand gestures. It's about acknowledging that our days are richer when they're shared, even just a little. And mornings are the perfect time to reach out because they set the emotional tone. When you begin the day knowing you've touched someone's life or let someone touch yours, you carry that warmth with you. And connection doesn't always have to be with another person. Many older adults find meaning in a morning ritual that connects them to something spiritual. That might be prayer, meditation, reading a favorite passage from a faith text, or simply sitting quietly and offering thanks for another day of life. This sense of gratitude and humility doesn't just nourish the soul. It also calms the body, lowers stress, and builds emotional resilience. There's a quiet strength in starting your day this way. It's like placing your feet firmly on the ground before walking forward. The world might be chaotic, the news overwhelming, the aches in your joints familiar, but in that small sacred space, you are rooted. You're reminded that life isn't about the number of things you do, but the spirit in which you live them. And here's the beautiful truth: it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, these rituals don't require youth or speed or perfect health. They only ask for your attention, your willingness to pause, to care, to be present. Because when you really think about it, what do the healthiest, happiest elders all have in common? It's not a magic diet or a gym membership. It's the way they treat their mornings, with intention, with care, and with love. They hydrate before reaching for coffee. They stretch before turning on the television. They read or reflect before scrolling through news. They take in the sunlight before stepping into the day's worries. And they connect to people, to nature, to a sense of purpose before doing anything else. And these small things, done consistently, are what give them energy, joy, clarity. It's how they keep moving forward, even as the world changes around them. It's how they continue to laugh, to learn, to love. Not because they're trying to live longer, but because they're choosing to live better. If you've ever wondered whether your days could feel more alive, more grounded, more hopeful, you don't need to wait. Tomorrow morning is your chance. Not to change everything, but to change one thing, to add one small ritual that feeds your body, your mind, or your heart. Maybe it's drinking that glass of water before anything else. Maybe it's stepping outside to breathe in the morning air. Maybe it's writing down one thing you're grateful for, or calling someone just to say, "Good morning." Whatever you choose, start small, keep it simple, and most of all, make it yours. Because the path to a long, vibrant life doesn't begin with a pill or a program. It begins with a moment, a choice, a habit that becomes a ritual, and over time, a ritual that becomes a legacy. So here's to your mornings, quiet, steady, sacred. Here's to every new day you get to wake up, stretch your arms and say, "I'm still here, and I'm going to make this one count." Here's to the rituals that remind us we're alive, not just existing, but truly living. And if any part of this message has touched you, even just a little, I hope you'll share your thoughts below. Tell us, what's one morning habit you already love, or one you want to try starting tomorrow? Your story might just inspire someone else to make that same change. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. This community is here for you, every step of the way. And as always, here's to living your best life, at any age. We're wired for connection no matter our age, but as we grow older, it's easy to let that part of life drift. Kids get busy, friends move away. Physical challenges or transportation limits can shrink our social world before we even notice. But here's the thing. Those who live the longest and happiest lives don't wait for others to come to them. They take small, intentional steps to stay emotionally connected. One woman, now 97, starts her day by calling her sister every morning. It's just a few minutes. No deep conversations, no heavy topics. But that shared voice, that routine, gives them both a sense of rhythm and grounding. Another man, living well into his 100s, wrote a handwritten letter each week to a different friend or family member. Even now, his letters are kept and cherished.